Hey guys, what's up? So, yeah, I decided to go down a rabbit hole because I got to thinking, and I haven't heard anybody else, say this, and it always boggled my mind, like, okay, there are different time zones, and I have looked into this, and the world is not constantly in half darkness and half light like I thought. The world is mostly in daylight for a good chunk of the time. But there is a few hours in the day that reflects the biblical, where it says half the world will be in darkness and half the world will be in light. So it also says that no man will know the day, time, or hour. Okay, well, this is just something I've looked into. Y'all can look into this yourself. I think the reason why the Bible specifically says we won't know the day, because it's not going to be just one day. I believe that half the world is going to be in one day and half the world is going to be in a whole new day. And that half that is in darkness it's going to be sometime after midnight for them. But in the other half of the world, it's going to be in that same day. And this is just my little rabbit hole that I jumped down and what I found out. And I am just mind-boggled. So, we're going to know the season, which that's terrific. But we're not going to know the Pacific hour, because the hour is not known. We're not going to know the day because I believe it's more than one day within the world's timing and framing and all of that. It's going to happen all at the same time around the world. Now, I could be completely wrong in my thinking and what I found out, but it also says in the Bible that Jesus is going to come like a thief, but he doesn't stop there. It says, I will come as a thief in the night. And when you get to thinking about it, Israel is God's chosen people. And God's going to deal with Israel during the 7 years. I mean, he's going to be dealing with the rest of the world, but 90% of it is revolved around Israel. So I could be totally wrong about this as well. But what if Israel is in dark and on that side of the world that is in complete darkness, while the other is in light? So what if, like, in the United States, we're raptured during the day? I could be totally wrong, so please do not quote me on this at all. I am just trying to tell you about about what I looked into. And God was okay with me looking into this because I believe he kind of found it funny, knowing that I was going to get a big headache and that I was going to give up on it, and that he knew I would never figure out the daytime or hour in which any of it would occur. But you can do your own research, and it really amazes me because I did my research. There's different time zones. I didn't look into every time zone because I figured that would make my head explode. But God really had it on my heart to look at Oklahoma and what the time difference was between Oklahoma and Israel. It's an 8-hour difference. Israel is 8 hours ahead of us. So it is 12:38. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's 8:38 over there. So Israel's actually, the sun is going to set soon if it hasn't already set over there. They're getting ready for their nighttime routine. So they're fixing to go to bed, go to sleep, and it will be midnight over there before it hits midnight over here. So that's a crazy thing to think. Israel is way ahead of us. We're trailing behind Israel. So at midnight in Israel at 12:01, it will be in Oklahoma, it will be 8:01. So we're still going to be in a different day, and Israel will have already started a whole brand new day. That's just where I find it interesting, where we may not be all in the same day. So if today is the 22nd over here, I don't even know what the actual day is today. I think it's like the 20th. No, it's like the 24th. I think today's the 24th. Okay, so at midnight, they're going to be in May 25th. We're still going to be in May 24th. Just put it in perspective. So I think around the world, it's going to be at least 2 different days. So we're not going to know the day. And there is a couple of hour window. So we're not going to know the hour. We might be able to narrow it down to a time frame or a couple of time frames of when it might happen. But we don't know. And I found that it's just so interesting. It was just something that I hadn't heard anybody say or think about or even had to say, and then look at the world and its time zones and look at what the Bible said. Guys, it's amazing. It blew my mind. But if you decide to go down this rabbit hole, believe me, you won't be able to figure it out. But you will be able to narrow it down. But please note that you could be wrong in your narrowing down. Because we just don't know. And I think the Lord kind of found it funny. Like, okay, my child wants to jump down this rabbit hole. Let her jump down this rabbit hole so I can prove a point to her. So, I know that Jesus and God have humor. But it just makes me appreciate that any second the rapture could happen, and not to just settle on a time frame. But we are in that season. We definitely are in that season. We can feel it. It's that the urgency is very, very strong. Alright, I gotta get off here. I will talk to you guys later. Bye, y'all.